I'm caught up in your presence.
See, this is the type of hairstyle where you can't tell me that I'm not giving. You can't tell me that I'm not looking cute. Cute little natural vibe. I'm feeling myself a little too much in this hairstyle because do you see me? If you're gonna do this hairstyle, just brace yourself for the endless compliments. Because when I tell you, everybody and their mama keeps stopping me, complimenting me on this hair, asking me if it's my natural hair, asking me who did it. You need to stay tuned to this video because I'm going to give you all the tea. I'm going to drop all the gems on how I got this look. And I'm also going to show you how to find the right hair texture so you can do mini twists based off of your natural hair type.
You got I just want you. But I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions and I'm sorry.
So the great thing about hot braids is that they literally have samples to help you find the right hair texture for your hair. Now this is the 4B, 4C hair sample. This is if your hair is more on the kinkier side. This is their 4A, 4B hair sample, and this is if your hair is still on the kinky side but not as tight. This right here is the 3C, 4A hair sample, and this is definitely for the curly girls. This is if your hair type is in between a 3 and a 4. I love that they also have a 3B, 3C hair sample, and this is for those who have more of a wavier hair texture, so it might not be as tight of a curl, but it's still wavy. And lastly, this is their 3A, 3B hair sample. This one is a little looser than the 3B, 3C, but I would also say it's perfect for looser hair textures. So this is just a quick overview of some of the hair samples that I got from HOTBRAIDS, just so you can kind of see the hair textures side by side. I really love how they offer such a nice range of hair textures that you can actually sample. And I just wanted to show you really quickly what a twist would look like from a couple of these hair samples. So essentially, this is what your twist would turn out like if you had 3C4A textured hair. So as you could see, the twist is a little on the looser side, kind of giving like a passion twist vibe, compared to this twist that I made using the 4B4C hair sample. This one is clearly a tighter twist, but they're both super cute. Now you might be thinking to yourself, hair texture is not that important, I'll just wing it. The reason why you don't want to do that is because if you go based off of your actual hair type, your mini twists are going to look a lot more natural. So for example, my hair type is super coarse. So if I were to try to use this 3A hair texture to twist my hair up, it wouldn't blend at all because this is super loose and my hair texture is super coarse. So you want to go based off of your hair texture so you can not only get the best blend and the best result, but also for retention, because you don't want to just do your mini twist and then they keep unraveling or they don't last you a long time. So choosing the right hair texture is super important. Please do not skip that step if you want to get the best results for your mini twist. Now when it comes to sectioning off my hair for my mini twist, I pretty much work in big sections and turn those big sections into smaller ones. So right now I'm sectioning off the sides of my hair because that's what I'm going to be focused on. And then I'm going to be creating a smaller section of the row I'm going to be working on, if that makes sense. So once I go ahead and get my sides sectioned out, I'm just going to be putting up the rest of my hair that I'm not going to be working on. And then out of my big section, I'll begin to section it off by row, and I'll do my mini twist row by row. So as you can see here, once I get my row sectioned out, I put up the rest of my hair so it doesn't get mixed in. And from there, now that I got all my hair sectioned out, I can actually start twisting. So this is the piece that I'm going to be twisting up. So I'm just applying some of my gel and I'm making sure that my baby hair is out of the way. And then I'm just going to be grabbing a section out of my bulk hair. This hair is from HOTBRAIDS and I love how soft and natural this feels. It actually feels really similar to my own natural hair texture, if not identical. The only difference is my hair is not that soft. But it's really bouncy, really fluffy, and really easy to manage. So this is my top favorite hair texture to use, and it's from HOTBRAIDS. I'll be sure to leave the link below. Now getting into my twisting method, I always make sure to start braiding at the base. I like to do this because it really helps to secure my twist, and it helps them not unravel so much. So I start off with a braid, and then I braid down a little bit. And then that's when I'll begin twisting. When I kind of feel like my foundation of the braid is secure, I'll begin to just start twisting. So I start off with 3 sections. I have 2 sections of the twisting hair, and then my natural hair is the 3rd section. So I use those 3 strands to braid. And then once I'm ready to begin my twist, I add my natural hair to one of the twisting hair sides, and I'll begin to twist down. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just twisting all the way down until I finish up my twist. And if that was confusing, don't worry, because I am going to go over it again. And I'm also going to show you how I add hair to my twist to help increase the length. So this is how it turned out. And now we're going to do another one so I can break it down for you one more time. So I always start out with adding a little gel to my hair. And if you do add too much, it's okay, because you can just add oil at the end when you're done and it'll take away those flakes. So I add my gel, and then I'm going to start braiding. So as you can see here, I have 2 strands of the twisting hair and 1 strand of my natural hair. So that's what I'm using to braid down, and that's going to be the base of my twist. So once I braid down enough to the point where I feel like I can start twisting, I merge my natural hair with one of the strands of twisting hair, and I begin my twist. So as you could see here, I make sure that my natural hair is tucked in really securely with the twisting hair, and I just tightly twist all the way down. And now I'm going to show you how to add length to your twist to make them longer. So you're going to grab a strand of hair, and you're going to lay it over the 2 sections that you're already twisting, and you're going to tightly twist and wrap it in. So you're going to continue twisting just like how you were before. And that's pretty much how you would feed the hair in to make the twist longer. And if you didn't catch it, don't worry, because I'm going to show you one more time. So you're going to grab your strand of hair and you're going to place it over your twist. Then you're going to kind of twist it inward so it can be tightly woven into your twist. And you're just going to continue twisting downwards normally. And here it is one more time. So you see how I'm putting it over and I'm kind of twisting it in an inward motion, and then I start to twist normally. So that's really the trick with getting the hair to feed in properly. You want to make sure it blends in so no one can even tell where you added your hair. This hairstyle ended up taking me around 6 hours to do. And I got 5 bundles, but I only ended up using 4 of them for this look. So I used 4 bundles to do this hairstyle. And after I finished twisting, I went in with my mousse. Not gonna lie, I don't really know what this does, but I see everybody else do it, so I went ahead and did it too. I'm pretty sure it just kind of seals everything in and helps it look freshly done. I know mousse is really, really good for preventing frizz and flyaways and things like that, so I trust the process, okay? I don't really know what they do it for, but I'm here for it. And when I tell you I drenched my hair in that mousse, I probably added way more than I needed to, but it smelled so good. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put this all over my hair. That's on period. And I was definitely feeling myself, because why do these twists look like they're growing out of my scalp? Like, this looks just like my natural hair. Now, y'all seen the front, so let me show you the back. And when I tell y'all these were so easy to do, like, Hot Braids, sponsor me, please, because I feel like I just found my new everyday hairstyle. So as you can see, the hair turned out super, super cute. One thing's for sure, you cannot tell me that this hairstyle is not giving. I cannot tell you how many compliments I've gotten on this hairstyle. And what I love about these mini twists is that they're so easy to style. This hairstyle right now is kind of like my everyday look, but I love how versatile and flexible my mini twists are. So this hairstyle, I pretty much did a half up, half down, and I used like a butterfly, like claw clip in the back. So hopefully you can see that, but that's how I pretty much wear my hair on an everyday basis. But there are also other hairstyles that I like to try, particularly using head wraps. So I'm going to show you a few of my go-to head wrap looks with these mini twists. This is a super, super easy one. So you're going to pretty much start with the head wrap on the bottom, and you're going to grab it and bring it to the top. And you're basically going to tie it in 2 knots. Not too tight, or else you might get a headache from it. But you want to tie it in 2 knots. And then go ahead and twist one side. And bring it to the back and tuck it in. And then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. turned my brightness down a little bit because I feel like my head wrap was starting to blend in with my white background. So it's kind of like a head wrap headband situation. And it's really, really cute. So this is another one of my go-tos, and I'm gonna show you one more. I like to just put all my hair up in a ponytail, and I usually make the ponytail pretty loose. And then I'm gonna grab my head wrap, and I'm gonna flip my ponytail over and cover my head in this head wrap. And I'm gonna make sure that it's under the ponytail, and I'm gonna pretty much tie in the front. So I make a tie like that, and then I'm gonna begin twisting this, and I'm going to wrap it around the base of my ponytail. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this side and wrap it around the base of my ponytail. And then you're just gonna want to tuck in wherever you need to, but this is pretty much how I would wear my hair. So for the last look, you're gonna pretty much start out with a bun, and it doesn't have to be a perfect bun, but you're gonna start out with like your hair up top like this and like a bun, and then you're gonna grab your head wrap and completely cover your head with it, and then you're gonna make a knot. And then you're gonna twist just like we did for the last one. And you're gonna twist all the way around. And you're gonna tuck it in through the front. And then you're gonna do the same thing with this side. So you're gonna twist. I don't know, I just feel like the twists always add like a cute little fancy look. So I love to do a cute little twist when I'm doing my head wrap looks. So twisting it, and then you're gonna tuck it. And with this look, you can kind of get creative. I usually like to pull out front pieces. Sometimes I'll pull out like a side piece, and then I'll pull some out on the bottom. But I think today I'm not really feeling the side pieces, so I'm gonna tuck that back in. But this is pretty much the third look. So I love to do a cute little updo type situation with my head wrap. And I'll make it look like I'm wearing a crown because we're all queens out here. So I love to rock my little head wrap crown. So this is another one of my go-tos. Now before I end this video, I do want to give a couple of maintenance tips because you're probably wondering like how to take care of it and keep it looking fresh. So I will say my mousse is like my best friend. With this hairstyle, it doesn't really get frizzy, especially if you're using the right hair texture. But I love to just give it a little refresh. So I'll just kind of pump some on the top of my head, and then I'll begin to just kind of rub it in, and that'll help combat any frizz if it does try to creep up. And so typically when I use my mousse, I'll grab my hair scarf and I'll just kind of tie my hair down, and I'll typically leave it like this up until I'm getting ready to either leave the house or I'll sleep like this. Just if I feel like it's starting to get a little frizzy or it just needs to look fresh again, I need to see more scalp than I see new growth, okay? So that's typically what I will do. And you see how me taking it off, it hasn't even been 5 minutes, but it just looks so flat and it looks so neat. Don't mind that gel buildup. That's why I love using my mousse, and I love to tie it down, because you cannot tell me I didn't just install this hair, okay? It's actually been a couple weeks, but that's how I've been able to keep it looking fresh and keep it looking tamed, I guess you could say. And another thing that I like to do is oil my scalp. So while I do have this protective style in, I do still take care of my scalp, and I do that by oiling it every couple nights or so. So when it comes to me oiling my scalp, I'll literally just go through the parts, put the oil, or if I feel like I have gel buildup like how I do right here, I'll put some oil on it and just kind of let that marinate. And sometimes I'll do drops if I feel a little lazy, or I'll literally go through like the parts and put oil all down the part and then kind of like rub it in a little bit. And so as you can see, I do have like a little new growth, but it's not anything too crazy. And like I said, using my mousse helps me keep everything fresh. So typically I'll tie my hair down with my scarf and go to sleep like that. Or if I want to feel extra secure, I'll use my scarf first and then I'll put my bonnet on top. So that's pretty much how I maintain this hair. I'm so in love with this look. I don't think you understand. I love how it looks natural, but it also is giving that girl at the same time. I personally plan to keep this hairstyle in for at least another month or so. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to do some mini twists, make sure you check out Hot Braids. Make sure you look into their hair samples so you can find your hair type first before you order your bulk hair. But like I said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about my hair. I want to know what you think. And if you have any tips for how I could do my hair better next time, also drop that down in the comments. I really hope this video was helpful for you and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.